Yeah. My stomach's too full. I drank that whole bottle of water after eating that big old meal.
What the hell did you just say?
My stomach's too full. Drank that bottle of
I didn't hear
water
the
on top
last
of
part because there's
food.
brah.
And now I'm
Oh,
gonna
you're
puke. My stomach's too
brah.
full.
I
I
see.
need to like just poke a hole in my stomach, let all the pressure out.
Okay, well I have my intro.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come here now, girl.
Hey guys, welcome back to some more WTF Convos. Okay, this one, I told you I had a good one to start it off. So, like, I was in the shower. I swear to God, it's
Yeah.
not going to end in a dick joke or anything like that. Like, I guess it's kind of relevant somewhat. But, like, my mom was in the closet
Oh.
and she was like, "What the hell? Your dad stole my tampons."
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, what?" She's like, "It's because he uses it for that freaking deer piss. Because, like, when we go hunting,
Oh.
you dip it in to, like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's for. I think it's because when they're in heat, their urine smells different or something like that, or it's to kind of help disguise your scent from them. But
I
he,
don't
like, I guess he dips her tampons into the thing and then hangs it on a branch, which I didn't know about. And I was like, "Are you sure he's using it for that? Maybe he has his own little weird shenanigans that he does with it." But, like, yeah, like, it would be awkward. Like, going to the store and then buying a thing of deer piss.
buy tampons and deer piss.
Yeah. And then I feel bad for the guy though that has to collect the deer piss. I mean, like, what the hell does they do? Just like have a containment area for deer, and he's like, "Here, Phil, go stand underneath that deer right there, collect it."
I don't know how it works. Something like that. It's weird. Weird hillbilly stuff.
Interesting. Now, what the fuck are we gonna talk about, Cody?
I don't know. You said you had some ideas. I asked you, and you're like, I got shit.
That was the beginning. And then
Well,
we were gonna do this yesterday, and I had good ideas then, but now I forgot them.
I don't know. I don't know.
What about Did you hear about the thing that, like, this football player got fined for wearing a different color shoes because he was like he was representing the disease that his mom had, and he got fined
Yeah,
for it.
he wore purple shoes to
Yeah,
represent some kind of cancer, and he got fined like $6,000 for
yeah,
it.
and then, like, some other guy was wearing camouflage colored gloves and shoes or something, and he got fined, or to, like, represent our U.S. military, and he got fined for it.
I know um, Marshawn Lynch wore Skittles cleats, and he got fined for it. I don't think it was for anything. It was just for his fun. But
See, I find that funny that they'll fine a player for that, but if he hits a woman or something, it's just like he gets off clean, no issue.
well, yeah, but I mean that's not directly impacting the game necessarily. Like
I
I guess
mean,
they're the purple cleats. We don't want purple cleats, okay? You're gonna get fined
it
for
may
that.
not be
What
impacting the
you do off
game.
the field?
It may not
That's
be
it.
impacting the game, but at least it stands for something. Like,
Yeah,
hitting a woman, I don't care if you're an athlete or not. If my player did touched a woman, I wouldn't let him play another down of football for that year.
yeah, I agree with that. Um, I guess it depends on if they're like actually proven
Yeah,
to.
see, like, if it's
It
like
was a
just a claim, or if
yeah.
it's like under
Maybe you
investigation,
suspend
yeah, then
your suspension.
I'd have him indefinitely suspended, and if it comes out to be true, then I would let him play.
Fire them, yeah.
I don't care what the NFL's punishment would be. I'm the coach. I'm choosing what he's gonna do, not the NFL.
Right.
I mean, what kind of message does that send to the women though? Like, they're not being protected the way they should, and stuff like that. They can get away with doing it.
Right. I don't know.
I personally don't like Donald Trump, and I don't think he should be president because I think he's going to run this company to the ground because he's going to treat it like a monopoly.
I see where you're coming from with that, and he doesn't have a lot of good ideologies, and he's just kind of crazy wacko out there, and people support him for that. But the only reason I support him, and it's not like I have a big support for him, but I mean, he is a CEO, and if you want to think about it like it, the United States, nobody's qualified to run the United States. Nobody anywhere is qualified to be the president of the United States. It's all just a gamble, but Donald Trump has been a very successful CEO for many years, and he's flourished doing that. And he does what he thinks will get his business the best results. And if you want to think of it like that, you might treat America like that now. Some of the things that he says and some of his... he says some crazy stuff. Yeah. And so I don't support him for his beliefs or anything. I just support him for his work ethic and his success in other places.
I mean, he's successful, but I think if you try to run the world like a business, you're bound to fail from the day you step in the office because the world's not a business. At least from my perspective.
No, I see you there.
Yeah.
But I mean, the government, and government employees are Apple doesn't have shit on how many government employees there are. I mean, it's you can see it as a business. I mean, there are a lot of business aspects to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the money, the crippling debt that the U.S. has been in for a while.
Yeah, that's probably one thing Donald Trump want to help is the debt.
Our debt. It's like
we're
in a deep hole. Let's see how deeper we can get.
Because he's gonna build a wall, and he's trying to deport every illegal Mexican back to Mexico. It's that's gonna cost a lot of resources, and that's just gonna be a big old waste of time.
And then speaking of money, they're talking about getting rid of the death penalty, which is also something I think I'd support because it's cheaper to give somebody a lifetime sentence in prison than it is to buy all the chemicals and medications and stuff to kill somebody.
Is it? Yeah. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
It is.
I think it's cheaper
because when I was in
support them
in my government politics class, they did one of my student teachers got a graph and it showed how much money the medicine and stuff and all that is compared to a life sentence in prison. And it's a lot. Maybe it's not a lot more, but it's more than it is to kill somebody. And plus, the death penalty has killed innocent people before, so.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a picture on Facebook about people having a stand against it, and someone's sign read that murder is illegal, so why should we let our governments be able to murder?
Yeah, I saw that too. It was one of our friends from Facebook.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'd be okay with it if they were 100% sure that they had the right person, but even then...
No.
But since it's not that way, I don't want it. Yeah.
I don't support it. I just didn't know if the chemicals cost more than keeping someone alive for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
But no, I'm definitely not a supporter of the death penalty. How about some other presidential candidates? Do we know anything about anybody else?
Yeah, I don't really know too. I know Bernie Sanders is.
Bernie Sanders, yeah, he's pretty popular. He's kind of like the people's champion. He's for reduced tuition and affordable.
See, I don't think that's too bad of an idea. Free tuition.
Not free tuition. I think it's more affordable tuition.
More affordable. I thought it was Wasn't there at some point in time where Obama was trying to make college free?
I don't know.
I thought there was an idea that Obama had where he was going to try to.
There's an argument about that, but how would we do that?
I don't know, because that would just be more money out of the government's pocket.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't like the government a lot of the time. I like the country, not the government. But like paying for college is probably something people can handle.
You know how when the government has disagreements, they'll just like shut down public service?
Yeah.
Like they'll just like shut down like they like shut down national parks and like just like public government run facilities or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what would really help them like get to the bottom of their problems if they just like stop paying them until they figure something out?
Yeah.
That would really motivate them instead of like taking out of our, I guess, out of our experiences. Like, why is it our fault that they can't get their shit together? You know,
Yeah.
just put their paycheck on hold until they can figure it out. Why are they just taking away from our resources?
Did you hear what Donald Trump said about the ISIS thing?
Mm-mm.
He said it never would have happened if people had a weapon, or if the common civilians had a way to defend themselves.
Oh, that would be a great fucking idea. No. I think
There's a lot of people at Lincoln High that when we used to go there, there's no way I'd trust them with a weapon at all.
no.
I mean, I agree with some people having. I agree with
that.
some people having it, but not everybody should have one.
We can talk about like maybe like gun violence and stuff too. Like, well, with that problem, with ISIS and whatnot, I heard someone make the argument that if Obama didn't pull the troops out so early, ISIS wouldn't have grown so much. But I mean, I guess you couldn't have foreseen that happening. But I mean, I
Yeah.
see where that argument comes from, but I don't know. I don't think there's very many fingers to point with it. And I don't know how big of a thing it is. I don't know if it's just like a couple hundred, like Rantag.
Apparently, it must be pretty big if they can organize a bunch of different like killers to be in a bunch of different places at once, like Baghdad and Japan
It's
and
not like
Paris.
a thing. There's like maybe like there's a couple. Like it never is like a huge kind of movement. It's always kind of like subtle. Like there's very few that do like a big damage kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, we were talking about gun control.
Yeah.
Maybe in America and all the school shootings and whatnot. Like there was one in Oregon where I think the dude like sought out a certain religious group.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
he sought out Christians, I think.
Sought out Christians.
I think it
And
was
he
Christians.
just yeah, I don't know. But I've heard the argument that the problem isn't guns. To take away guns,
It's
maybe
people
the
that have
problem.
them.
Yeah, the people that have
It's
them.
the same way with like a dog. Like a dog isn't going to be violent on its own unless it has the person handling it teaching it to be that way.
Right.
Because like with pit bulls, the common like thing with them is that they're just a bad dog and that they'll, like they're just bad dogs to have around because they'll bite your children or whatever. But they're only that way if you train them to be that way or if you make them to be that way.
And I've heard the argument that instead of reducing the amount of guns that are allowed, maybe increasing it to faculty or that maybe, yeah, more faculty that can have it. So, I mean, people can react faster and not as many casualties from these crazies will happen. I mean, that's maybe a radical idea, but I mean,
Yeah.
it just might work. I mean, I think a lot of people would be smart about it. I don't think if we had more people with more opportunities, I don't think I guess that would cause more problems. I think it might be able to help solve it. I don't know.
Yeah. See, with the way I think of it is, as long as they have a permit or like a license or whatever to carry a firearm, then I don't see an issue with it. But I don't think every, like, the common civilian should have one, or the majority should have one.
No, it gets confusing. I don't really know how we can solve this issue,
Because
honestly.
especially with like the police brutality and stuff that was happening recently, like, I don't feel comfortable with people having a weapon because they could just flat out shoot a cop and that'd be murder.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it was in
That's
self-defense.
more riots, and that
Yeah.
could have got way out of hand if
Yeah.
more people had more access to guns.
Hmm.
There you go.
I can see how it'd be a
So,
good idea in the aspect of self-defense, but I feel like not everybody would use it just for that manner. I like your button mashing, by the way.
thank you.
It's like, I just farted.
Sniff it.
I got an updraft and it does stink.
What?
Because of the way I'm sitting,
Yeah.
there's a little space between the chair and then like the table, and it caused an updraft, and so it went straight up into my nose.
Oh,
It's
yucky.
grody. Okay, so there's this like post on. There was somebody that made a comment on like Facebook or something, where it said, "All you hunters are so stupid. Stop killing deer and buy meat from the actual stores where no animals were actually harmed during their
Yeah,
producing."
I've
And I
seen
was
that.
like,
I've
"What are
seen
you
that. There was like
talking
a
about?
newspaper article. I've seen that.
No
Okay.
animals were harmed, huh? Where do you think the meat comes from, friend? It's not just made out of water and mixture."
I mean, the way hunters do it's probably better than the way that
But yeah, it's
animal
sanitary.
meat
It's actually
factories.
dead when you like
Yeah,
dress it and stuff.
it's probably, well, it's just more humane than the way that animal factories deal with it. They do some pretty messed up stuff there. And I don't know if it'll ever get changed. I mean, they kind of do it the more efficient way, but I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
not always the most humane to the animals.
Yeah, because there was this one video I saw a few years ago where like the cow was being pushed around by the bulldozer or whatever.
By
And they were pushing the cow over, and I was like, "Well, that's just mean. I wouldn't do
what
that to
was
an
it?
animal."
It was a forklift.
Yeah, that's
I've,
what it was. They were pushing
yeah,
it around with a forklift.
yeah. I've seen like this little like video like when they were before they like when they get chickens for chicken for poultry
Yeah.
they'll take them when they're baby chicks and they have this like really hot, I don't even know what it is, like maybe like
I think he dropped. Give me a second.
I was still talking.
No. Okay, you left off. They're putting a really hot, and then you cut out.
Okay, where was I again?
You said something about chicks, and then they put them in
Yeah.
a really hot something, and then you died.
Okay, so either I think they like put it up against, I think they actually put their beaks up against this like spinning like wheel, and
Mm-hmm.
it like disintegrates their beaks so their beaks
Oh,
aren't
yeah,
sharp.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they just like toss them in this little chute like after they're done with it. It's like so fucking disrespectful to the little baby chicks. Like
I
they
know.
don't even.
So that's why I'd rather work on a farm, because then I could treat my animals the way I want to treat them. And not, like, be a dick to them.
Yeah.
Because they're still the argument is like, well, they're just animals. I don't feel anything. So what if you were a dog? I wouldn't want to friggin' like
Feel stuff.
keep you on the leash outside all day, because I wouldn't want to be like that. I treat everything the way I'd want to be treated. So
I think in like some places they'll like put the chickens like upside down in this like little funnel thing.
Yeah.
Take their heads and just chop them off alive. It's like, oh my, why? Oh.
Yeah, see, that's why I like to kill animals humanely, so where they don't feel anything.
They'll feel something for a second, but then that's it. They don't have to suffer.
Yeah, there was another thing that was like, one of our history teachers was like, if you think about it, you're not dead until after your brain is dead. So if you got decapitated, think of how long you might still be alive before you die of blood loss.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's gross and creepy at the same time, and interesting.
Yeah. Ugh.
For sure, you're declared dead, but you're not truly dead until after your blood is done.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it takes like maybe 20 seconds at the longest.
I don't think you'd be alive very long. Yeah.
No.
Still,
I mean, just
still a
ahead.
few seconds. Yeah, still a few seconds of, oh my god, what the hell is this pain?
Here's a short thing. I think that I heard that NASA's actually looking to hire astronauts to go to Mars. Now, this is going to be a long process. Yeah, it'll probably take like maybe 5-10 years to actually like get going, but they're actually in the process of looking for astronauts to make that trip. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing, but I heard that they're in that process.
That's the first I heard of this. I also heard that they made Pluto a planet again. Is that true?
Yeah.
They did?
So yeah.
Woo! Pluto's a planet again. This goes to show good things come in small packages. Like Cody's penis.
Hey, you want to see it?
Huh?
You want to see it? It's not tiny.
Do I want to see it?
Yeah, making a tiny joke.
I don't know if I want to see it. The fact of the matter is, do I really have a choice? Or am I going to end up seeing it anyways?
I'm just saying, if you're going to say it's tiny, I can prove you wrong.
You prefer that I'm wrong?
Yeah.
You know what they say, if you spend your whole life trying to be if you spend your whole life trying to be right, you're not going to spend your life trying to be happy.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Voice crack!
Let's see. In anticipation of returning human spaceflight launches, NASA announced it will be soon accepting applicants for the next class of astronaut candidates. More human spacecraft and let's see, hold on. Future astronauts will launch once again from the space coast of Florida on an American-made commercial spacecraft and carry out deep space exploration missions that would advance a future human mission to Mars. The agency will accept applications from December 14th through mid-February and expects to announce candidates selected in mid-2017.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Watch it be. Is that the movie that they're making about the guy getting stuck on Mars?
Yeah.
Okay. That looks like a good movie. I want to see that.
With Matt Damon, yeah.
Yeah. What's it called?
Martian.
Martian, that's what it is. I was like, some kind of alien thingy that they associate people with. I don't know. Something like that.
You think that'd be a thing? You think we'll maybe just like go live in Mars eventually one time? Like humans just will?
Yeah, see, I've always thought about that. Like,
they found water on Mars. Like they found like sitting water on Mars. Like it wasn't frozen. Like they found like sitting water recently, I think.
I think at some point in time, when people become more advanced in that kind of technology, they're gonna like start moving from planet to planet to see what there is, or when they have faster means of getting there.
This is the only one that we really can go to right now.
Yeah.
I mean, any further, it's a gas planet, but any closer, we ain't gonna survive. Mars is the only one in our ecosystem that we can really work with, I think.
Yeah.
Our ecosystem. Solar system. What the ecosystem? I'm tired. Mars is the only one in our ecosystem.
I'm tired too.
Well,
The solar system.
solar system, yeah.
I think at some point in time, possibly, it's not impossible, but I think we'll be able to make like ships, I guess, where you can go from planet to planet faster than like the way we have now with like spaceships and stuff. But
I don't know.
it's not
Because,
possible,
like,
but the likelihood probably isn't very high.
because I think some, like, galaxies, you have to, like, get,
Galaxies
you'll
would be a
have to
different
be,
story.
well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I think there's some galaxies that are, like, if you go the speed of light, it'd take, like, this many years, and, like, I think it's, like, impossible to go the speed of light, or something like that. I don't
It's
know.
damn near impossible, yeah.
Yeah.
Because unless you're the Flash, you can't even race with the speed of light.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I think so too. Think that's it for tonight, Cody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, well,
Next time on WTF Convos.
thanks for doing my outro for me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new to my channel to see more of my content. Like the video, share with your friends, all that
Comment.
yada 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 stuff. Yeah, comment what you think we should talk about next time.
Yeah, that'd actually be helpful.
Yeah, help give us ideas, because we came into this and all I had in my head was the tampon and the deer piss. Everything else was kind of crap shot. So
Yeah, we actually just kind of went along.
yeah,
Came up with
there's
some
gonna be a lot
ideas.
of cuts in this video, but that's okay. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye. Say
Bye-bye.
bye, Cody. Say bye.
Bye.
Say it seductively.
Bye-bye.
I don't know if that sounded more tired. He's like, bye bye. I'll see you all later.
Holy.
All right.